Good morning and welcome back to Planet AP. If you're new here, it's crazy out here, but you're gonna love it. Today, what I want to talk about is how I rewrote my past and changed my life. And of course, how you can do it too. Because our past plays this huge role in the life that we're able to create, experience, and whatever else we call into our lives. Our past is not just past, it's very alive. And so by the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly how to change your past and change the timeline that you're in. Let's get to it. So also, before I start, I have some good news, okay? The good news is that I have, I've been MIA from YouTube for a minute. I have not been pouring and just showing up as I wanted to, or as I, intend to now, rather. And that's because I was doing stuff in the background, a couple of decisions in my own life, direction-wise with my work. But long story short, just wanted to tell you guys, your girl is back and Planet AP is back. I have so much more love to share, so much just to tell you guys, to share with you, to give to you, to create for you. And I'm excited, okay? So, you're gonna be seeing me on your feed more often. So let's talk about your past and let's talk about rewriting your reality. And I will touch base a little on the concept of revision, which is, if you know, Neville Goddard, right? Neville Gotti. So we're going to talk a little about our homeboy there, but this actually isn't the revision technique by him. But I'll tell you how I apply this in my life and then how you can do it too. Okay. By the way, guys, I have a free webinar on 14th. It's 14th September 2025. So it's on Sunday. It's 12 p.m. Eastern time. It's absolutely free. And here's the fun part. It will be live streamed on YouTube as well. Okay. And yes, the recording will stay up on YouTube as well, okay? Screw that exclusivity stuff. I love the stuff that I create for you. And honestly, for a minute, I was like taking stuff down. And I got the intention behind it, but I was like, girl, no, that's just not me. So, okay. So yeah, anyways, sign up for that. It's called The Last Bow. It's basically the final surrender before timelines collapse, okay? And the thing is that it is like, you need to be there, okay? You need to be there live, okay? Because that is like it was like such an explosive moment for me when this happened in my life at one point, and it just hit me how there's two types of surrenders. And when we don't understand that, and you can know this intellectually, by the way, but it's an embodiment thing. And you know me, we do activations live there, right? So I'm gonna walk you through all of that. You can read more details on the link below. Just go ahead, sign up, it's free, and I will see you there. Okay, now let's talk about revision and rewriting your past, right? Now here's what I want to and for this, I want to talk about the concept, not even the concept, but I want to talk about parallel realities, right? You guys know I'm heavy on that, right? So this is you, right? And this is, reality one that you're currently in, but at the same time, let's use a different color. At the same time, there's, all these different parallel realities, right? And come on, at this time you are sleeping. No, at this point you guys know one thing I talk heavy about is what? Is that everything exists in the now, right? The concept of linear time, which is past and then present and then future. It's a 3D thing, okay? And just because, by the way, it's a 3D thing does not mean that it does not impact us, okay? So we're also going to talk about how the linear time ties with this and your past and parallel realities and how that's gonna change your life, okay? So Just like this timeline that you're in, your mind perceives that it has a past, and based on the past, your mind predicts the future, right? Very simple, very simple. 2 plus 2, 4, right? Simple. 2 plus 2, okay? 2 plus 2 is what? Is 4. Okay, so according to, this reality, that's the scene. Now, if I take apart this reality in a linear time what? In a linear time turn? In a linear time concept? I don't know. Okay, so if I take this reality, okay, let's say it's number 500, right? Let's say it's reality number 500, okay? And so this reality, again, it has a specific type of, there's you, there's this past, and that past impacts your future. Now, the thing about your past is that it is what? It is a living thing, okay? So it is not like, the past is over, blah, blah, blah. The past actually is what? It's energy. And where does the past live? In your time traveling machine. Oh my God, I missed you guys. Like, can I just say that? Okay, so your mind, right? Your mind, let's say this is your mind, and it is a time traveling machine. And the past is only is alive in energy in your mind. So then that means, okay, the past is not factual. It is what? Energetic. The past is not factual, it is energetic. What that means is that what you recall as your past, first of all, it's not true. I know. So, so many of us, we give so much importance to our past, right? We go like, oh, when I was like 5 years old, that shit happened. Or like when I was 13 and that happened like that and it was so bad and blah, 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 and then and when I was 20 and then this, right? And we have a story of our past that we've created. And every time you retrieve a memory from the past, okay, based on what you're currently feeling, your mind literally switches it up just a little bit. So it'll be like, it was actually like this. Based on what you're feeling. So if you're feeling really good, you're gonna look back and be like, yeah, like, like that shit shaped me. Or maybe like it wasn't that bad. Like it was fine. I got over it. And if you're just not in a good place, you might say something like, oh my God, that was the worst time ever. Well, second worst after today, Point is that, right? So your mind is like, there's a little machine inside you, which is called your RAS. You may have heard about it. It's your reticular activating system, okay? And the job of your RAS is to delete, distort, and generalize, okay? So your RAS basically plays these 3 little fun roles in your mind. It deletes information, it distorts information, and it generalizes information. Why must we have an RAS, Anna? Well, I'm glad you asked, I'm glad I asked, because at any given moment, there's 11 million bits of information that go inside your mind palace, okay? So now you've got, and hey, listen, this is like the preface for the process, okay? And once you get this, the process will be so much easier to get, right? Because when you understand, some of us are more, we like more theory, we want to understand. We're curious learners, right? So I eat this shit for breakfast, right? So for people like me, this is it, okay? And I truly believe that, and I say this with experience, that when I have known the why and the what behind something that I'm doing, when I actually did that thing, it had more power. And because I knew what I was doing and I knew why I was doing it and I knew why it would work. Otherwise, it's like, someone comes to me, it's like a placebo thing. It could be, and not everyone actually falls for the placebo effect, and it depends, and I could go on, right? But you get me, right? So this is me telling you the what and the why and everything, and behind it, so that when you apply it, you're gonna know, oh shit, now I know the science behind it. It's not just something that I'm doing, you know? I understand why it works. And I think that we are all intellectual thinkers, and we're curious and we're creative, and we use our minds and our hearts to understand, right? And so as we learn new things, and you're learning new things all the time, right? And every time we learn new things, our brain is changing. So your brain is changing right now, basically, right? So anyways, 11 million bits of information go inside your mind, and you have got your subconscious plus your conscious mind, right? Now your conscious mind, it can't hold too much. Okay, so your conscious mind, at one moment, it can't hold too many things, right? Because your conscious mind is like, you know, you're logical, you're a thinker, right? And you can't think about 20 things at the same time. This is why people get into accidents when they're texting and driving, or calling and driving, because, you know, they're not paying attention. Your conscious mind, consider it your paying attention mind, okay? Your subconscious mind is like it gives cheetah vibes, right? It's like, I don't even know why I said cheetah, right? I know nothing about cheetahs. But it's giving champion. It's giving, like, you know, the best processor in the world, and you know, into, I don't know, 5,000, 500,000. The machine like that does not exist, right? But your subconscious is crazy. It is powerful. And by the way, it is also like, that's your superpower, okay? But we'll get to that later, all right? So your subconscious mind, what it does is that it says, look, okay, listen. Imagine, okay, I got an analogy for you, okay? Oh, I missed you guys. I got an analogy for you, right? So imagine like you're a teacher, okay? And you gave your class a project, okay? And you know, or you give one student a project. Let's go with there. So you're a teacher, you gave one student a project, and you know that this student can only think about 2 things at one time, right? And this project needs, like, you know, let's say 1,000 things need to be thought about, okay? So as the teacher, you've done it so many times, you're so good at it, right? But the kid, they don't even know, right? They don't even know what they don't even know. It's like that, right? So as the teacher, you'll be like, okay, so this kid, all right, so I'll just give you this and this to focus on. Do not go anywhere. Do not talk to anyone. Just do this, all right? And then you know, like, you've got like big ass screens and everything, and you're like, okay, yeah, I got it all. I can process everything else, right? But this kid, they can only handle this 2 tasks at a time, okay? Maybe 1, right? So for example, I cannot, my biggest one, okay, I can't eat and talk at the same time. I know. So I like, it's I don't even know, like, I know why, right? If someone starts talking to me while I'm eating, I usually, like, the thing is with me, I'll either really have a conversation with you, or I just do not care, and I'm in my head, right? I'm having a conversation in my head. So if I'm eating and we're talking and we're having a conversation, I get so engaged, right? And I'm so focused on it that I forget all about my food, and my tummy stops, like, you know, it closes. Like, it says, okay, she is not feeding us, right? And this used to be such a thing that when I used to have this, like, marketing agencies type thing. So we had an office and everything. So at the office, like, it was a known fact that everyone used to be like, nobody will sit with Anna during lunch because she doesn't eat her food. So I would be in timeout and I would eat my food in seclusion. And then when everyone else was eating, I would sit with them. Anyway, so that's the point. Like, my conscious mind, my attention span, or whatever else, it couldn't handle 2 tasks at the same time. But your subconscious, basically, it runs the entire show. It's the teacher that's like, you know, I'll handle the meetings, and I'll do this, and I'll talk to your parents, and I'll book this, and I'll do that. It's, you know, the manager, right? Why didn't I think of this? One of my best friends, she's a manager at Amazon, right? And she has like 700 or, I don't know, 1,000 people working under her, and she has 7 assistants. She's the subconscious mind, right? She's like, you know, and then everyone is like, you know, got one task. It's like that, right? So now your subconscious, it basically holds all info, right? But your conscious is your critical thinker. Now the conscious mind likes to believe that it is independent. It likes to believe that it has will. it likes to believe that, okay, the conscious mind likes to believe that it's independent, it has will, and it's uninfluenced, right? So much like a teacher, when she gives the little kid a task, she'll be like, no, 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 you do it. But the kid didn't really, like, the kid believes that, you know, oh my God, I'm so independent, right? I have will and blah, 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 right? But the teacher, from like 1,000 things to do, she chose what 2 things this kid will focus on. Got it? Right? You're with me? All right, perfect. And just like that, your subconscious mind, from this 11 million bits of information, it will choose 40 bits of info that it will then send to the conscious mind. So the conscious is only receiving 40 bits of it. And the subconscious is the one who called the shots. The subconscious decided, based on everything it had to run through, I'm not going to take you through that, that's like a whole other video, but it decided that, okay, this is the 40 bits that will be sent out, okay? And the conscious mind is like, yeah, free will, you know? It's not. So now your subconscious, so that's why your subconscious is like, you know, king shit, basically, bro. This is the one that where actual, you know, shifts take place. This is the one you want to work with. This is like, we don't care about her. She's under the influence. She's a puppet, you know? Like, she's somebody's fucking chess piece. And the subconscious is running the show. So why would you try to use your willpower to change something when your willpower isn't even independent, right? You get me, right? Okay. So now, coming back to deleting, distorting, generalizing, what the subconscious does when the information comes in, okay? So 11 million bits comes in. Now imagine this, all right? Imagine this. Hi, I'm 11 million bits of information. Where do I go? Where do I go? I'm 11 million bits of information, right? And the subconscious is over here like, who sent you? And then the 11 million bits is like, and this is, by the way, every moment, okay? And then the 11 million goes like, you know, like, I'm just here, like, you know, how do I, like, I want to talk to your conscious mind, you know, I want to go there, right? And the subconscious goes like, okay, so based on the data, right, from all this information that you got, here's what we're doing. You know, let's say the subconscious will be like, so for situation 1 till 20 that just happened, we're gonna delete that, okay? So we're not, like, conscious mind will not know that that happened. Like, homie will not be made aware, okay? So we, like, cancel this part, okay? Conscious doesn't need to know, okay? So it deletes information. It will distort information, which means thing 55, everything in reality is neutral, okay? So thing 55 was maybe a phone call you got and someone said something, and now subconscious goes like, wait a minute, I have heard that same tonality and that same feeling like 50 times before, and this person said it like this to me 20 days ago and 2 years ago and 3 months ago, and you know what, so did this person and so did that person. So like, I know that the text looks like they said hey, but it has a full stop with it, right? So like, it wasn't like a friendly hey, it was like a hey, like, if you don't want to talk to me, just say it. So it took something that was neutral and it distorted it using what? Using your past references, okay? Then generalization, right? So experience number 283 happens. Now, what is experience number 283, Anna? So let's say something like this happens, right? You get in the car and you're driving to work, and there is somebody who, like, a woman is driving, okay, next to you. And there are women in the world who are racers, and there are women in the world who are incredible drivers. I am not a driver. I don't drive because I just don't. But I am learning horse riding, you know? So, you know, there's women in the world who are drivers, blah, blah, right? And so this guy, he's driving, and I've seen this, and maybe you have too, right? You're driving and you're late for work, and there's just this, you know, you just happen to be next to a woman who it's her first month driving and she's not too good yet, and you look at her and you go like, oh, all women are shitty drivers. So what did your subconscious do? It generalized, because, you know, it took that one moment and said, oh, all women are like that, you know? And it completely, and even the act, by the way, in order for it to generalize something, you know, like make a generalization about, let's say, women, it has to distort, means that it has to, you know, make you see unclearly. And then it has to delete, which means that anytime a woman who was a good driver, it deleted that evidence. It said, nope, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. Women are shitty drivers. You generalize it. And that shit comes to the conscious mind. And the conscious mind goes, oh, women. You get what I mean? So that's your subconscious, and that's the role it plays, and your conscious and your subconscious, the roles they play in terms of your reality, in terms of your experience. And right now we're just talking about your present experience, right? Now, when you're having the present experience that is distorted every single moment, every time something's happening, your subconscious is like, you know, running the show. And it's like, you know, you're being driven, and your memorized past becomes your future, not because, and even though you sit there, okay, you every morning you wake up and you're just like, so zen. Okay, I'm still now. Right. Let's think about that future. All right, let me visualize real quick. I'm itchy. Okay, now I'm good. Let's start visualizing, right? Yeah. Oh my God. That is amazing. Okay, I need to be quiet. Yeah. Hell yeah. That was so good. Like, I am so killing it. Why is all of this still the same? Where is it? Where is it? Do you see what I just did there? Do you see what I just did there? That's exactly it. So when your past, your body is the unconscious mind, and, you know, the unconscious mind for this, I'll use it interchangeably with the subconscious, but they're different things, but just for this moment, right? So your body is the unconscious mind. And so your body has stored all this information, all these patterns, all these ways of thinking, all this past, all of this stuff. And so you can think and you can visualize and you can, you know, do the stuff, but it's like if your body is still living in the past, in energy, okay, then every time something is happening, your body is giving you meanings to the present moment based on the past, and every time it does that, it impacts your future. Do you see that? So you can know the Neville Goddard techniques, and you can know the, you know, whatever stuff there is to do, but if your past is so loud and alive in you, in your body, that it's still driving the bus, and you're still living by the old meanings, and you're still like treating like your visualization or your imagination as like a little fun thing to do to feel good, like it's Instagram for the mind, you know, then you're not doing it. Okay, so here's what to do instead, right? Because, you know, I'm here to tell you. Well, first of all, y'all, if you're watching, go sign up for the webinar. Dude, what are you doing? You know? But let's see here. Okay. All right. So all timelines are basically an identity, a self-concept, an energetic signature of you. And whatever you desire, the life you desire, it exists on what? On a specific self-concept. So you can come to me right now and say, Anna, I want 100K months in my business. But then your body is what? Living in the past, where this is not normal. Okay? So that leaves this, and this is what happens to a lot of people as well, where this is why they will, you know, quantum leap, get here, get the thing, and then they'll crash. And they'll be like, I was doing so good. So even if you get it and then you lose it all, why? Because your body couldn't hold this. So the purpose of rewriting your past is actually to train your body into a new normal, into a new emotional normal, a new energetic normal, a new everything normal, so that your body, and here's the thing, right? Like, get over it. And I mean, like, get over it in the sense that, you know, you do not have to keep carrying the backstory everywhere you go, right? And until you give that up, like, that's the entry point. Until you actually let go of your old story and your old life, you are able to, you know, you're not able to experience a new thing. You're not able to train your body emotionally what it means to be in this person. Like, if right now you're like, you're scared to even make an Instagram post, and then you're saying, well, this is what I want, then, you know, there's clearly a gap between where you are and where you want to be, and that gap is in your body, in your energy, in your nervous system, right? Anyway, so coming to this now, how do you rewrite your past? Okay, the life that you desire is on this timeline, right? Now this timeline has it has a specific frequency, and let's give it a symbol for now. Okay, this is the symbol for this reality. And for this reality, this symbol is a cloud, okay? Don't know why, don't ask me. So the life that you desire is on this specific frequency, and this goal in this timeline is what? For this frequency, it's normal. And more than that, there's dimensions of it. So maybe it's 100K per month in your business. And because of that, you got a new car as well. And because of that, you travel. XYZ, right? Whatever is attached to this timeline. You write that out. Then what you're going to do is you're going to... Okay, so then you're going to create new memories of two types. It's going to be a memory of the younger you and the present you, all right? So what that means is to normalize this 100K you blah blah. Pick for each thing, okay? And this is what I did, okay? So for each thing that I was calling in, I created so for whatever things that I wanted and it's associated with this frequency, this reality, I did two things. I created two types of memories for each aspect of it, okay? The first was a memory of childhood where I saw this thing as normal, okay? So for example, if when you're a child, you see the adults around you talk about poverty and, you know, like just never having enough and all of those things, you see that as normal, then your nervous system has memorized, you know, lack to be normal. So if you're calling in this, it threatens the energetic system internally, right? So here's what you do instead. You create a memory of your childhood, all right? And I want you to really craft this, like really describe the scene, make it as vivid as possible. Like you are actually stepping into it from your little child's eyes, like your younger self's eyes, right? And you're seeing somebody talk about this, whatever it is that you want, as a very normal thing. And you're learning that, oh, like this is not like a big amount of money. This is actually like, this is just so casual. Like it's so casually thrown around. That's why kids who are born in wealth think differently about money versus, you know, the other type of kids, right? So point is that you normalize this over there and you rehearse this memory, okay? So my method was like, I'm a little crazy, so I took 7 days off of everything, and I was just like, I literally went underground and I was just meditating, like literally for 6, 7, 8 hours a day and doing some stuff. So, you know, if you don't have to do that if you don't want to. Although, if you want to, I will tell you something really cool at the end of this, right? Anyways, so, you know, create two memories of new types. So what you can do is, you know, you can do a weekly thing in terms of every week you can pick an aspect of this. And here's what I will tell you. And this has come from, you know, my experience and also like just watching my clients and everything, right? drop the insistence on how fast it happens. Like, if you actually gave yourself no time pressure, right, you will find that things happen way faster versus when you're just like, oh, no, it has to happen this in this time or whatever. If you actually just said that this is an experiment, and an experiment for my life, right, and it's like, I will give it its due diligence. Like, there's no freaking time. This is an everyday thing. I'm building a muscle, right? So like, you don't go from like a fucking 1-pack shit to like 6-pack abs, right? It takes time for muscles to build, whatever, right? So for 1 week, you could do like 100K month type of thing. Any memory in your childhood where you see this as a normal thing, right? And then the second thing you're going to do, so you're going to create this memory, and then you're going to basically like live inside it. And this means you will loop this for 30 seconds, like your short 30-second version for 5 times. And then what you're going to do, and you're just going to live inside. Like, you will literally just like go around different, like just play in that world. Literally, it's so crazy. The second thing you're going to do is your present you, okay? Now, your physical body, right? What you're teaching this body through energy, you're teaching it a new normal, right? So your present you, considering the fact that there's only the present moment, this represents the you that has this money and is actually very normal about it, right? So then there's going to be another, loop of this person where that money, like it could be, there's just different ways you can go about it, but I want you to go to the after, not the first time you hit a 100K month, but when it's just been happening for like 3 months and it's so normal now. And someone comes to you and maybe they go like, so how much money do you make? And you're just like, yeah, 100K give or take a month, like it's such a normal thing, right? And then you go live through their reality, their lens, okay? Now, one of the biggest things with using your imagination to shift your reality, and this is a tip, and so next week, by the way, you can do another thing, blah, blah, and so on, right? But I want to tell you guys something, okay? When we talk about using our imagination, and when we understand that our imagination is the only real reality, right? It is what prints out the 3D, because doing this is exactly how I have changed every single thing in my life. Because when you do this, and by the way, then you just go about your day, right? And when I say go about your day, I mean like without thinking what you want. Like there's two things that happen. A lot of times people do this, okay? And then they come up to me and say, well, Anna, what should I do? And I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, no, like I should I like have a plan? And you're still trying to figure it out through logic, okay? And I want you to I want to explain something to you, okay, before I let you go. And this thing is possibly the most important part of today's conversation, right? So you're actually at the very core, you are what? You're an awareness, okay? You are consciousness, okay? So we'll say this is you, okay? And the physical body is a vessel, right? Now, think about this. When you place your attention, your awareness, your consciousness on, let's say, a cup of coffee, okay? So you go like, I want to make a cup of coffee, okay? So you're standing here, but your attention is in the kitchen where there's the coffee machine and you're thinking about making up a cup of coffee. Now, between right now and you making that coffee, do you think that you have to tell your body, all right, legs, let's stand up, let's go walk. All right, now right foot and left foot and breathe. Okay, now I need to No, you don't, like you've done it so many times that your body just like follows. Like you could be on the phone and you could be on FaceTime and you'll make the perfect cup of coffee without thinking about making coffee. Why? Because your body does it for you automatically, right? That's the point we are achieving, we are getting at through this repetition, right? Is that when you teach your body emotionally about a future and you rehearse it in the mind and your attention is there, your energy is there, you're living from there, your body will, just like it follows you to make a cup of coffee, you don't have to tell it what to do, it will just take the action it needs. Like, you will find yourself taking action and you don't even like remember thinking about it. You're just like randomly like, you're like, oh, what? You know, it's like that. And so there's no figuring out to it. There's just like there's just an inner rehearsal to a point where it's just normal. It just is what it is, and your body will take you there. That experience will come to you. You don't have to figure it out. Your body will literally make you go to the places and be in the rooms and be a part of the experiences that you're meant to for this to be a reality. Does that make sense? Good. I hope you said yes. If not, then just go back and watch it again, okay? All right, so that's basically the way that you're going to use, you're going to rewrite your past to change your entire life. Now, here's the really cool part of it, okay? I know that when you do this and you take your time with it, and you do it every single day, no matter how you're feeling, you just do it and you're gonna get it, okay? It might take a little longer, but everything will work out, okay? But I'm crazy, you know that, right? And for anyone who is as crazy as me, I have news for you, all right? So you guys know that I talked about launching Bali, a retreat in Bali, and this was like, I launched it over a month and a half ago. And so what I didn't tell you, what I haven't told anyone yet, and you're the first to hear actually, is that I've completely changed the essence of that retreat. And now it's called the Bali Portal, and it is literally a 6 days, 5 nights experience for you to master this frequency through immersion, through transformations, through transmissions, through activations, through excursions. We're going to be going out, we're going to be coming in. Oh my God, it is designed for you to come here and be initiated into your dream life, all right? So for all the details are in the landing page, just out of curiosity, just go freaking check it out, because I want this experience, because at first Bali was going to be the place where people were coming to launch their businesses. But I realized something so profound. And I realized that, yes, we could do that, and that would be so great, right? But what would be even more powerful is if Bali is not a place where you come to launch your business and then, master surrender, but it is the place where you get initiated into that reality where that business is thriving, and every single day, the activations, they're so cinematic, the immersions, they literally, it's like, you retreat from the life that your body has memorized. You're plugged into this electrical frequency, and there's breath work, there's nervous system resetting, there's going the experience. Oh my God, everything is designed to be such a perfect way. So I'm okay, consider it this way, right? Okay, so the way that I've designed this, okay, is to completely tap into what I call, how I say that the specific frequency? So that's what I call the winning frequency, okay? And the winning frequency has different codes about it, okay? Each code is like a fragment of that frequency, okay? And in coherence, they make up for the entire frequency, okay? And the thing is, what I truly, I am a lover girl for immersive experiences, okay? I take myself through them every once in a while. I retreat from everything in my reality. I am inside my room, and I am just doing hours and hours of immersion to walk outside a brand new person, right? And I truly believe that that is way more powerful than just waking up in the morning and like, doing, because you're no longer connected and to the past that like triggers the familiar feelings and the thoughts and the everything. It's just so much easier. And we will literally be rewriting the code of your reality. The first, like, just go to the link, check out the details. I've completely rewritten the entire thing. And so if you're somebody, that there are just a few spots left, okay? So if you're someone, it is in November 3rd to 8th, 2025, Bali, Indonesia. It's at a beautiful private resort that I've booked for us. So if you're someone who is, you're done. You're done doing the methods and you're done trying one more thing and you're done, like just thinking that, oh my God, like maybe another course or another activation or another this, another that will change my life. And you just, like, it's possible. You've seen it. You've seen people completely, literally, like slip it on their new reality like a dress and just walked out to a new world, and it's possible and you have enough information, but still something's missing. If that is you, oh my God, get to Bali. Like, that's what we're doing, okay? So whatever it is, like, go ahead, check out the link below, be in the webinar, get inside Bali, and I love you, and I will see you very, very soon. Mwah. Bye.